Yo, this your boy EC22 of the FairWeather Fan Channel, man. Listen, before I do this, can y'all hear me? Check one, check two. I believe I'm going live. Uh, all right then. Think I can be heard. That's what's up. Uh, but anyway, y'all, I just want to first of all thank you guys for tuning into the FairWeather Fan Channel. And I'm the boy EC22, man. We're in the house for yet another podcast. Man, please, as always, like, subscribe, share, leave comments, join the conversation, man. I appreciate it. That'll help this channel grow. Like I said, I won't be before you long, but listen, let's talk about it. Y'all, the state of boxing is getting real weird to me. It's really, really getting real weird because, I mean, yeah, there's some things happening in some of the, lighter weight divisions and stuff like that. But y'all, I'm saying it's getting weird because they don't have the people I really like. I mean, God dog. I mean, my boy from Dallas lost. I mean, kudos to Terrence Crawford for Bud Crawford for beating Errol Spence. We talked about that a little while ago, but man, Tank Davis still seemed to do his thing. But man, other than that, I mean, y'all, I was a fan and still is a fan of Deontay Wilder, and he just can't seem to get right. I don't know if he's not taken seriously. I don't know if he just not, is he too small now for some of these heavyweights? I don't know. But yeah, Deontay Wilder is just falling from grace. And yeah, every career has an expiration date, and I wish Deontay Wilder would have stepped down after he lost to Tyson Fury, but he definitely should step down now. Yeah, I don't even know who the guy he fought. That's how bad it is. I don't even know the guy he fought, but he lost. So and I believe the guy knocked him down. They stopped the fight, whatever. I don't know, but it's just like, man, it's hard to see, But the question is, should he retire? Yeah, simple as that. Yeah, he should retire, and respectfully, he should retire. Not that I'm tripping on Deontay Wilder, but bro, what else do you have to offer this game? Now, there's been some stuff thrown around about Deontay Wilder. I'm gonna get to in a little bit, but it's the same way with Adrian Broner. He go by AB about billions. That's how he change his name up. AB about billions. Sorry, bro, but unless you do something other than boxing, you ain't gonna make no $1 billion. So once again, I think it's time for him to retire because he has just been really, really acting real strange to me of late, with what he's been got going on. What's going on, Lou? Thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you, man. As once again, there's a plug for Facebook Talk Radio at the top of the hour, 7 o'clock. Go over to Facebook if you're not already and join Lewis Medford, the professor, along with Coach Martez Turner, myself, EC22, the FairWeather Fan, and also Officer Tawakoni Claiborne will be over there. Some good stuff, man. So please join us over there at the top of the hour. But listen, yeah, Adrian Broner. I liked his game because I felt like he was an understudy of Floyd Mayweather, and I think that his ego, his pride got in the way. I think Floyd could have really took him to some places, but you never know what he's going with. I think he suffered some type of mental illness or whatever, and I'm not trying to judge him, but there's something going on that ain't right. He got into a lot of legal troubles and stuff like that. He just ain't really been the same once he became champion. And then real true character came out. He don't like he's hungry anymore. His last fight just came in completely didn't like he was in shape. And then when he lost to Pacquiao, he really believed he beat Pacquiao. Clearly, no one picked him to win that fight. Regardless, it was a money fight for him. And I thought maybe that was just his way of trying to make it not look so obvious that he took a money fight. That's why he just couldn't accept defeat on Pacquiao. But his last fight, after being knocked down, I mean, yeah, he put some hits on old boy. Old boy had some knots on his head and stuff like that. But, I mean, ain't about just putting a couple of knots on folks' heads. It's about ranking up the scorecard. And, y'all, it was clear that Adrian Broner didn't win none of those rounds. But yet he still walked away feeling like, man, they got him. They robbed him. And I don't know what's going on with him, but I think it's time for him to put those boxing gloves away, throw them in the trash, and just look at something else to do with your career. I would love to see him commentate to be a boxing commentator, but I don't think he has the personality for that. He has a lot of knowledge of the game, but we don't need him sitting out there going crazy and talking crazy and stuff like that. I mean, there may be some other avenues, maybe be a boxing coach or somebody or whatever, but he needs to work on him first. before he do any other career outside of boxing, Adrian Broner needs to work on Adrian Broner before anybody will let him to another platform. And I'm pretty sure the boxing world is just ready for this guy to get away, just to move on from him. Let's step away from boxing. I want to go real quick and just throw a quick congratulations to Mike Tomlin, the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, man, for landing an extension, man. Man, this is, I think after this extension, Mike Tomlin should, I take that back. He may retire. Mike Tomlin should do whatever he want to do as long as Pittsburgh allowed to have him. Guy haven't had an undefeated season yet. So, I mean, he's going down as one of the greatest coaches of all time, in my opinion, and great job for him getting an extension, man, and seeing what he can do with this new young class he got coming. And I just appreciate it for the Pittsburgh Steelers sticking with our guy, Michael Tomlin. So once again, congratulations, Mike Tomlin, for getting this contract extension. Now, I got to talk about this. Because we talked about it last week. And once again, here we are. We're talking about Caitlin Clark once again. The poor child was left off the U.S. women's basketball team, and everybody and social media just went crazy. I mean, mainstream media went crazy. Everybody's upset, saying that she was robbed and she deserved to be on the team. All this other nonsense. Once again, trying to incite that there's some hatred going around towards her because of popularity. Listen, that is not an obligation. I mean, that is not she's not entitled to that team, right? She's not entitled to the team. Yeah, she's good, from what good is. And we talked about the last week that I don't think she is great as people think she is. But to say that she deserves to be on the Olympic team, if you go back and look at last week's podcast, I named some the top 25 current WNBA players that are balling out of control and that are battle tested and that are proven to be great right now. She just got there. And I'm sorry, Caitlin Clark, that you may feel, or others may feel, that you deserve to be on that squad. Now, I will say this. If she made the squad, I would have been mad. But even making a squad, there's an issue of connecting with your teammates, especially since you're playing while the season is going on. That's what makes it harder for WNBA players, because the guys play once the season is over with. The girls are playing in the middle of and that's, I know it seemed like, but that's a lot of practices. That's a lot of time. And, you hang out with these girls and then these women, I should say. And then after the season's over with, after the emblem's over with, you go back to your respective teams and they become the op again. So I think it was a good move, especially with all the energy surrounding Caitlin Clark, because you do not want to rob the other young women and the other ladies who got selected to this Olympic team to watch the narrative, to be around one young lady who just got there. That's not fair. That is not fair. Coach said she is being targeted. Coach, we can talk about that later on. I don't think she's being targeted for a lot of different reasons. I think she's popular. She's really, really popular. And I think this is basketball. I think women handle their sport a little differently than men. If it was a male, I could probably say she's being targeted. But y'all, I've been watching WNBA for a long, long time. And like I say, there is a lot of respect to be given, because you're talking about a league that's marginalized at best when it comes down to certain people being highlighted and whatever. So it's already been. So now you got one person who now is getting all the attention, and that's just not fair to the other players. Lewis said, U.S. basketball said it would be irresponsible. That's what it is. Exactly. That would be the only reason that you would put her on that squad, to market. And like I said, that would be irresponsible, because that's a disrespect to the other women. And like I said, if you watched last week's show, I named about the top 25 women that I think are the best in the WNBA right now. She's definitely an experience to be on that squad. And like I say, Lewis, it's also with the issue of connecting with her teammates. She's barely connecting with the Indiana Fever as it is right now. Do you want to go and take her with a group of young women to go out there? What did he say? Coach said, he said, jealousy is a terrible thing. They should be upset with the fans, not her. Oh, wow. Now, if two players drop out of the roster, then Caitlin Clark will, That would be a fair statement. But the initial roster, yes, should definitely go to the other young women who've been in the league long enough with that squad. And I've said it on multiple occasions. Aaliyah Boston, her teammate, is the best player on that squad. Watching her play, even when she was at South Carolina, I mean, man, she's good. But now Aaliyah Boston, who came out last year to be on that squad, now have taken a back seat to Caitlin Clark because the coach is trying to push everything through Caitlin instead of playing good basketball. That's the problem with the Indiana Fever right now because they're trying to force it. Just let it be natural. Just let it be natural. You know what I'm saying? But I digress from Caitlin Clark. Like I said, some say jealousy, some say she's being targeted. I agree to disagree, but I understand why people would say that. We talked about that last week. But at the end of the day, y'all, listen, the women who got selected, don't take nothing from them by spinning this narrative and keeping this thing going that Caitlin Clark should have been on that squad. And like Professor said, if somebody drops off, then you can throw her in that conversation at that particular time. That would be fair. Real quick, we only got a few minutes before we go and join the Faith Sports Talk Radio at the top of the hour. But I want to get into this, and I don't know if Coach is still watching this. Real quick, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul has been rescheduled to November 15th. I'm still tripping. I say the Fever stuck. That's why she's the golden ticket. She's the golden ticket in the market, but she's totally sucked as a Paul player on that squad. Hopefully she'll get better. No disrespect to her game, but right now she doesn't look like one of the greats. She don't look like a person who can turn that team around. I'm just throwing it out there because I've seen other players get selected to bad teams and watch them turn those teams around immediately. But I digress. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul been scheduled for November 15th, and there are some who are still upset that this fight is about to happen, and I'm one of them. First, I was like, Mike Tyson about to kill this guy, but now Mike Tyson got all these health issues and stuff like that, and then it becomes now a sanctioned fight, a real fight versus being an exhibition. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. Because if somehow, some way Jake Paul win this fight, then he's going to step back and still think that he deserves what he deserves. And it's like, no, bro, come up through the rank. There's no shortcut. You're using your popularity and your social media influence to get you to skip, to jump steps, to take the shortcut. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But, his fans supporting him. They support everything he do. And he's making these undercards a lot of money. So it is what it is. Obviously, this is sports, but there is a money game that has to be taken into account. You're right. All I have to do is connect one time. I hope that's what he can do, that he's in the shape. But there's been people been throwing around this situation that Deontay Wilder should have taken this fight over Paul. Now, I don't think, no. Now, that would be irresponsible. Now, I know we talked about Deontay Wilder at the top of the podcast that he should retire, but against one Jake Paul, oh, no. Deontay Wilder killed that kid. He would kill that kid. And he's the one who's been vocal about this whole fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and he's gotten a lot of flack from it. He said nobody's thinking about them. Nobody want to watch this fight. He's upset because Mike Tyson took this fight, giving this chance at this kid this opportunity. And like I said, I agree with him. Being an exhibition is one thing, but being a sanctioned fight, like, no. Make them work for it. But it's a money game. Like I say, it goes down to the money game. And the last topic of the day before we jump off, coaches are still watching. We all know that Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers for $70 million, 6-year deal worth $70 million to go pick a 5-year deal. I think it's worth $50 million, basically less money, if you look at it from that standpoint. I was actually somewhat excited to hear Dan Hurley's name thrown in the pot. But then there's a lot of reasons why I was like, oh, is it going to work or not? But nevertheless, he's gone. He's out of the picture. No more looking at Dan Hurley. And now we got to sit around. Right. Nobody wants to watch Wilder anymore, except going to just Jake Paul. But now Hurley is out of the question for the Lakers head coaching job. Now, listen, I do not want to see JJ Redick take over this squad. I'm a semi-Laker fan, but I do not want to see this happen. I don't want to see this happening. I don't want to see. He's never coached. And because him and LeBron James have a relationship, they have a podcast, and all of a sudden you throw his name in the hat just because he can talk the game of basketball, but never proven it with a clipboard actual on the court. He's never been assistant. Guys just got through playing not too long ago. See, it's a different ball game once you get between those lines, because it's not just by talking about what you know, but how you're going to galvanize a player, how you're going to get these club players to buy into your system. And just because you and LeBron James, the guy, that's going to be your selling point. Let's see what Coach has to say, because that's his team. He said no such thing as a semi-electric. Hey, that's why the name of the show is called FairWeather Fan, Coach. That's what we do. But there's been other names thrown in the hat. Stephen A. Smith gave his picks, and he said that he know these guys ain't got a chance to be the Lakers coach. But I like his pick. He talked about Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. I like those picks simply because, Sam Cassell, Mark Jackson. The problem with Mark Jackson and even Jeff Van Gundy and Sam Cassell, all these guys, is that these guys are coaches who've been there before, who've built these teams. And I don't know if LeBron James can be around those type of coaches. No disrespect to LeBron James, especially older coach like Jeff Van Gundy. Maybe Mark Jackson, and we still haven't figured out why the Warriors went in another direction after he got that squad there. We don't know. Sam Cassell, there's a respect level that has to be given to these guys. But there's been other names been thrown out there, and James Borrego, I think, Kenny Atkinson and David Alderman. These guys, and I may have butchered old boy names, James Borrego, whatever his name. I may have butchered these guys' names, but anyway, Kenny Atkinson, we know what he's done, and then David Alderman, we know what he's done as being assistant coaches. I think these guys will probably be one of the guys selected because they're no names. Because these are guys who I think that you can easily throw in that spot, and they're expendable. Is what the word I'm saying is. Coach said he do not like the James Borrego, Kenny Atkins, or David Alderman. I'm not saying I like them either, Coach, but I'm just looking at the narrative that's spinning around what's going around the Lakers, because I don't want to see Sam Cassell and Mark Jackson fall on the knife the way Darvin Ham did. I don't want to see that. I believe the fair thing to do for the Lakers, whoever's going to be the next coach, they got to give them some years to develop that team, because LeBron only got a few years left. Give them a extension beyond the LeBron era so they can really, truly prove what they can do as a coach. Because once you got LeBron James, you got to do it his way. That's just what that is. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have a plan on letting these next coaches do it their way, then yeah, you go get some of those lesser known guys, you know what I'm saying? The Kenny Atkins, the David Alderman, the James Borrego, let them do it. So that way we don't want to see Mark Jackson get fired again. We definitely don't want to see Sam Cassell get fired on his first run out as a head coach. I don't want to see it. That ain't fair. Maybe I'm being biased, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But definitely don't want to see JJ Redick. God, definitely want to see that. And the idea of trying to go out for another college coach, the money got to be right. The money got to be right. Let's see. Hey, Coach, we go. Yeah. See, y'all, that's why he's coach. That's Coach Martez Turner. If they want to take a big risk on a new coach, hire him. He would definitely take the money to go. And hey, y'all, listen, there's a laughing emoji on that. But y'all, when I tell you Coach know what he's talking about, Coach know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I believe, you know what I'm saying, with that salt and pepper beard, he can get some act right in that Lakers locker room. But y'all, that's all I have for today. This is your boy EC22 of the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Thank you once again. Like, subscribe, share, leave comments. Man, in about 8 minutes, man, join us at the top of the hour over on Facebook at Faith Sports Talk Radio. We got Coach Martez Turner. We got the Professor Lewis Medford, along with your officer, Tawaki and Claiborne. And then me, your boy EC22 of the FairWeather Fan channel. Man, and we are out.